We're good? We're good? Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. So we thought we would move along. We're a little ahead of schedule, which is always good. Sometimes that can always mean that we'll end up being behind schedule, but let's keep our fingers crossed. We have a number of special guests here this evening that I'd like to recognize. Families, sponsors, members and friends of CAFE. I'd like to thank all of you for coming. I'd like to take a moment to thank our MC for the last 2 days of symposium, Pauline Fleming. I think Pauline did just a superb job. She was just genuinely engaged. You know, we may have to shut that door down. There's a prom out there, and I'm not going to compete with a prom. No matter how good I am, I don't think I can compete with a prom. But Pauline was a genuinely engaged individual with the content. She helped us make sense of what we were seeing and hearing, which I thought was just obviously part of her coaching background came through. She challenged us to apply what we were learning, which again, the coaching side, and she kept us organized and on time, so it's pretty much everything that you would ask, and she did it all very professionally. So again, let's give her a warm round of applause. Just want to take a brief moment. We did this a little bit at the beginning on Wednesday. I just want to recognize our Board of Directors for CAFE Canada. I'd ask them to each stand when I call their name, and unlike Wednesday, which was a lot more fun, we're just going to wait till the very end to show them our appreciation. Starting with Grant Walsh from CAFE Ottawa, who was our secretary and was CAFE Symposium 2012 chair. Nikki Kooks-Cardos, Nexus Facilitation. By the way, sorry, let me just hold on, Nikki. Grant is from KPMG Enterprise, which I neglected to mention. Nikki Kooks-Cardos, Nexus Facilitation, CAFE Vancouver Island. Rick Wagner, Maxwell Floors Limited, CAFE Vancouver. Cynthia Stewart-Walker, Quails Gate Estate Winery from CAFE Okanagan. Sean Rayner, Vets Sheet Metal from CAFE Edmonton. Kurt Schur, Vericap Corporate Finance from CAFE Calgary. Chad Leverick, Alliance Energy Limited, CAFE Saskatoon. Ron Coots, Coots Courier, and I told him he should get in the taxi business too. He's got cars running around Regina. From CAFE Regina. Kevin Arts, JR Excavating Limited from CAFE Southwestern Ontario. Earl McLeod, WBLI Chartered Accountants, CAFE Nova Scotia. Ken Coughlin, Nation West, CAFE Manitoba. And not with us, but she deserves a round of applause as well, as Lisa Bertram, Bertram Construction, our Vice Chair, and from CAFE Georgian Bay. I can tell you it's one of the greatest, being the national chair, there's a little work involved, but they are a great, great group. It's a sincere pleasure and honor to serve with them, and I look forward to continuing to work with all of them together. However, we are going to lose two we're going to honor one and lose one, and I'm going to honor them both tonight. Two very, very solid directors, people that I'll miss working with. I've missed one of them already, who I'll mention in a moment, and we'll be missing our member from Calgary when he leaves. So let me ask Bernie Beerbaum from Southwestern Ontario, who is a director that I sincerely enjoy working with when he was on our board, and he and his family, true to CAFE form, are all here to enjoy Symposium, and Kurt Schur of CAFE Calgary to join us up front for a small token of our appreciation. Gentlemen. Should be music at this point, don't you think? Just a little bit of...
Bernie first?
Yeah, we'll just do one. Why don't you guys both come up and we'll get a big family photo up.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Congrats.
Well, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's get up here.
Okay.
Slide over a bit.
Great.
Very good. Congratulations. Paul.
Thank you.
So Paul, but just hang right there, because I'm going to take a moment quickly just to recognize you. Our CAFE Canada Executive Director, Paul McDonald. Paul is already standing up, so my notes are a little bit out of date. Paul joined us a year and 1 month ago, I was reminded. It's been a fantastic addition to our staff. Can't say enough about his ability to execute and bring a lot of what I will refer to as sometimes kittens in the barn into one place and help us make sense of some of the things that we're trying to do. So we appreciate your joining us. Wanted everyone to know who he was. Also, like, if all the staff from across Canada, including the CAFE Canada staff, just to stand up, we'd like to give you a warm round of applause for your work and your dedication. Thank you very much. It's now my pleasure to introduce and ask David Patel, sorry, he likes to go by Dave. Dave Patel from the Wealth Services, BMO Harris Private Banking, to say a few words. Dave?
Thank you, Alan. For almost 30 years, CAFE has been catering to the unique needs of family-owned businesses. Throughout the years, many of us in attendance tonight have benefited from our association with CAFE. And certainly, we at BMO Harris Private Banking are proud to honor the members and CAFE. On behalf of BMO Harris Private Banking and my colleagues in attendance tonight, Saul Amos, Head of Marketing, Leslie Cameron, VP, Wealth Planning and Trust Services, we are proud and honored this evening to be the official presenting sponsors of CAFE and also the 2012 CAFE Family Enterprise of the Year Achievement Awards Gala. At BMO Harris Private Banking, we challenge successful Canadian families to take action on what's important to them now and through times of transition. And our beliefs tie perfectly to the three finalists here today. They've all built thriving family businesses and have successfully managed to transition family businesses. Some of you may not know this, but all of us in attendance Thursday morning, we all traveled to Antarctica and actually made it back alive. And throughout that journey, we all learned valuable leadership lessons. And this is just one example of the magnificent and the great experiences we've had over the past 2 days. And I think we need to thank, starting with Alan, thank you. Paul McDonald and his team, thank you. And all the volunteers for making these 2 days truly memorable. It's a pleasure and an honor to be your co-host tonight, and once again, congratulations to the 3 FEYA finalists. Thank you.
So the finalists for the CAFE Family Enterprise of the Year Achievement Award are selected by a volunteer selection panel. And we are really, truly grateful for their contributions of time and expertise for this process. So not only do the families do, obviously, an enormous amount of work to put their applications together, but it's an equally onerous task of these panelists to look at these applications and these presentations and make some solid decisions. So I want to recognize the 3 panelists for this year's award. First is Bill Edwards, the Saskatoon Funeral Home, and our 2011 Family Enterprise of the Year Achievement Award recipient. Second panelist is Judy Cunningham of the Business Family Center at the Sauder School of Business, UBC in Vancouver. And last but not least is Bev Johnson of KPMG Enterprise. And sincerely, this is a lot of work. I personally, there's a firewall between them and the rest of the organization, but I do know that it's a lot of work, and we sincerely appreciate the work that you've done. I know that it was a difficult task. I did see some of the presentations, and I've been able to sort of peek away as we were sort of rehearsing, and I know you'll enjoy what you're going to experience tonight. Thought what we would do is let you know that our panel, in fact, did make a decision. But we're able to select 2 family business finalists and 1 recipient as the award winner. But I'm not going to tell you yet. You're going to have to just wait. It's Dave's time at the podium, and he'll introduce the families, and there's some great stories. Dave?
So our finalists will share their stories with us tonight. We'd like to start this evening's presentation and welcome Clive Ozards, Chairman and CEO, and Kelly Youngdale, President of Label Innovation, recipients of the 2012 Café Ottawa FEYA Award.
I'd first like to start out by thanking the 5 sponsors and the lead sponsor, BMO Private Banking, for their generous support of this program. We are honored to be here this evening, and like the Ottawa Senators, did not expect to make the playoffs. However, we hope to get further than they did. I kind of feel like I'm up here for an Academy Award or perhaps Canadian Idol, but don't expect me to sing. Just a couple of comments. I don't have a lot of comments to make. But over the years, I've had 2 organizations which have helped me dramatically to grow my business, a small business where I needed expertise to draw on. And one which is now defunct, unfortunately, was called the Ottawa Business Network. And the people I drew on there helped me tremendously on various aspects of my business. The second, of course, is Café. Without the resources available through Café, our ownership transition would not have been as smooth as it has. Some years ago, we attended the Roadmap program, and that set me to thinking about how I was going to do this. I can't stress too deeply that rubbing shoulders with the people in this room is an education in itself, and you should draw on that and you should exploit it to help you run your businesses. I want to give special thanks to Grant Walsh of KPMG for his invaluable assistance in helping us to navigate intergenerational change. We followed the rules. We kept management transition and ownership transition separate, and that was the key to our success. Once my comfort zone was reached, that this fine young gentleman could actually fill my shoes, we were on our way. Kelly has proved himself worthy of running and ultimately owning the company. We wish to wish our competitors good luck, and no matter who wins, we are all members of one big Café family. We have a video that delivers our message better than just dry speeches, but before we show the video, and of course certainly before Kelly makes his remarks, I just want to add that at the end of this video, it shows our daughter, Carrie, and husband, Kelly, and their family. Circumstances and time restrictions did not permit including our son, Ian, his wife, Jennifer, and his family in it. Nonetheless, they are an important part of our wider family constellation, and Ian played a very important role in the transition discussions. So I'll hand the rest of the comments over to Kelly, my son-in-law and president of Label Innovation, to make his remarks. Kelly?
Thank you, Clive. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Collins group of families and the Halifax Seed Company for their top 3 finish in this year's FEYA Award. We are honored to be part of such a group. Clive and Nancy Ozard bought the Label Center, now known as Label Innovation, back in 1989, a small label printer in Ottawa. In 1990, I befriended their son Ian, and a short time later, fell in love with his sister. In April 1993, I graduated from the University of Western Ontario with an economics and business degree, was married in September of that same year, and joined the family business at the end of October. That's quite a number of events in a short 6 months. We've made 2 significant shifts in our business over the course of my time with the company. In 2001, we successfully navigated a change in direction from printing labels to complex converting of parts for the medical community. We moved from being all things to all people to seeking customers that required a high level of quality and extreme precision for unique applications. It was a reasonably small equipment change with a huge change in mindset. The second was concluding our successful succession process. On April 1st, 2009, I became a partner with Clive and Nancy in Label Innovation as they began their journey into official semi-retirement. At present, we are 45 people strong. We manufacture in Ottawa for customers' products that are used around the world, and we are growing at rates we've not seen before. We have accelerated our schedules based on that success. I would like to thank CAFE for their support over the last number of years and providing us access to their wealth of family business knowledge. I know I speak on behalf of our entire family when saying a heartfelt thank you to Grant Walsh for being our family business practitioner. Grant acted as our friend, advisor, mentor, facilitator, and sometimes referee. I sometimes wonder where we would have ended up without his help. I would like to thank my lovely wife, my 2 wonderful children. You give me great purpose. To Clive and Nancy for taking a risk. It's not over, but it's working. When we told our employees that we'd been selected as a finalist for this year's FEYA Award, they chose to make a video about who we were, who we are today, and how we have changed. This is yet another example of how blessed we are to have such a great team. Can we play the video?
Hello, my name is Clive Ozard. Label Innovation began in 1979 as a small mom and pop shop, then under the name of Label Center. I came along in 1989 when the company had about 3 people and attempted to grow the company over the years with a lot of help. When I first purchased Label Center at the time, we were making labels for a lot of smaller type businesses, and I never dreamed that the business would grow to the size it was. My vision was an ideal sized company would be about 30 to 40 people, because then you know everybody and have a great span of control, and that's where we are today.
Label Innovation is no longer the mom and pop label shop. When my father-in-law and I began this journey together, we could never have anticipated how this business would grow, nor how it would impact my family. partner with our customers. We find ways to streamline their production process, their costs. We're virtually a branch plan. It's a win-win partnership with our customers that see the best in product and service. Our motto is partners in pursuit of perfection, and I truly believe in it.
Flawless customer experience.
We build partnerships and we care. When the customer calls and wants the impossible, we say no problem.
We specialize in doing what customers require. From the minute you pick up the phone or you walk through the front door, you know you're in good hands.
We are not your average data.
We don't say no when all possible. It is how can we?
One of our key strengths would be partnering with customers and learning about their process and finding out how we can help their process. We may not know anything about the product at the beginning of the conversation, but at the end we will learn about that product and figure out how we can help them to make their product easier, better, different, meet them.
The world of converting our superior process control and quality assurance programs to first. We are ISO 9001 certified and maintain the highest standards of safety and industrial hygiene practices. In effect, we become our customers' supply chain management system.
We have amazing quality and fast turnaround.
We provide quality products and excellent service.
We pride ourselves in providing quality services and products. From the moment you hand over the idea and project to us, and through our development and production, refinement, quality control, before we deliver it back to you, we're always thinking about ways to partner with you to make it better.
My wife came into Nancy into the business right almost at day one to do the bookkeeping and the financial side of it. She did that for 12 years. And in the first year, she and even myself, we took no salary, get off the ground and get things moving. About 6 years ago, 2006, I decided that I should be looking ahead and planning my exit from the business. And I sat down and I said, you know what, I don't want this soul to an outsider. I wanted to stay in the family. I want to be able to drive down Albion Road and say, that's the place I started and it's still in family hands. As they say in cafe, a founder has to step back. He has to know what's going on. Even if he's not involved in those discussions day to day, there's a comfort level. If a founder doesn't have a comfort level, the transition's not going to work. And it's for the next generation to keep that person comfortable. Kelly's been very good at doing that.
We've always tried to be mindful of where the family fits inside of our circles. And, you know, Cafe's outlined 3 distinct circles between family, business, and ownership. Communication has been key for us, not only in managing the relationship between Clive and I, but it's important for me to have communication with the rest of our current team. I remember back in the early 90s, sitting in Clive's living room, the office position at then the Label Center. I still remember saying to me that business and family mix, and it goes well, all is easy. But if it doesn't go well, I'm not looking for another position. Back
company, where I see the attitude inside strong and very customer oriented.
I'm really excited about the future here. The sky really is the limit.
Thank you, Clive. Thank you, Kelly. I think it's just a remarkable transformation of your business model and just a perfect example of a successful family transition. Congratulations, and thank you for sharing your story with us tonight. Now, I would like to invite Emily and Allison Trigano and Fraser Moyer from the Halifax Seed Company, recipients of the 2012 Cafe Nova Scotia FEYA Award. Come on up.
Hi. I'm Emily Trigano Moyer. I'm one of the 4th generation employees of Halifax Seed. I'm responsible for all the marketing, graphic design, and a little bit of HR. I'm joined up here tonight with my husband, Fraser Moyer, who does a lot of sales, and my sister, Allison Trigano, who's in sales as well. We're delighted to be here tonight as one of the 3 National Family Enterprise of the Year Achievement Awards finalists and to share our family business story with you. Halifax Seed was established in 1866. We're Canada's oldest continually operating family-run seed company. Halifax Seed is about family and our commitment to an industry, a region, and our staff members. It's a business that has been built on relationships. Our great-grandfather, Fred Trigano, purchased Halifax Seed in 1925. He ran the business selling farm supplies and seed to farmers. In the early 1940s, a massive labor shortage took place due to the war. Warren, one of Fred's sons, needed to leave his undergraduate studies to help at the shop. Together, Fred and Warren started to grow the business by adding a wholesale division. In the late 1950s, Warren and Fred saw an opportunity to open a branch in St. John, New Brunswick. This happened shortly after the arrival of Paul, Warren's brother, who joined to help the team and work as a family business. Paul's skills in finance and accounting really helped put a solid plan in place to help further grow the business. In 1960, Fred passed away suddenly, leaving no choice but for Warren and Paul to purchase the business from the estate and officially become the 2nd-generation owners. The ownership agreement was made on handshakes, and even though there was 50-50 shares, there was just a common understanding that Warren would have the final say. Probably not the best thing to do. The 1960s and 70s were great years of growth for Halifax Seed. Eventually outgrowing the space in historic downtown Halifax, Warren and Paul made the move to a larger facility in Halifax's North End, where we still operate today. This facility had ample warehouse space and a showroom that allowed Halifax Seed the ability to branch out and get into golf course products, outdoor power equipment, and a lot of greenhouse supplies. Tim, our dad, Warren's son, started working at Halifax Seed full-time after he was done university. Knowing that Tim would be moving forward and purchasing the shares of the business, he did need to find some more support and a business partner to help him financially. Tim asked his brother-in-law, Mike Barclay, to become part of the business and acquire 15% of the shares. The second transition was much more formal than the first one. There was shareholder agreements and holding companies. We're thankful for that today. Our father started to grow the business pretty rapidly. What made the largest difference to Halifax Seed's operation was the purchase of a local branch of a national horticultural supplier that was going out of business. This purchase not only came with some fantastic employees that specialized in sale and logistics, but also a lease of a 15,000 square foot warehouse in Debert, Nova Scotia. This allowed us to move our commercial shipping out of our other local branches into a more centralized spot where our customers were. In 2003, Halifax Seed purchased their own building in Debert and expanded our capacity to 45,000 square feet. This allowed our business to work much more efficiently, and we became sought out by other companies such as Walmart and Kent Building Supplies to do distribution in the Maritimes. During the 2000s, the fourth generation started working at Halifax Seed. This was always a choice we had, and we were never forced into the business. I think it came from some deep family roots and loyalty to stick out with our family. In 2009, Halifax Seed had its greatest year on record. There was a lot of excitement and promise, but then 2010 happened. In 2005, Tim was diagnosed with prostate cancer. The family knew, but we didn't tell the business community. Dad wanted to continue to run the business as best as he knew how and didn't want an illness to affect it. In January of 2010, Tim felt quite ill, and it was finally time for the staff to be told of the family situation. At this time, even though we knew the inevitable was going to happen, there was still no succession plan put in place. His illness placed an immediate urgency on many challenges. Tim, along with his wife Nancy and their advisors, started putting systems in place to help with mentoring and succession. A board of advisors was implemented to help Nancy, Mike, and us kids to learn the business and to help grow the business forward in the years to come. In February of this year, Tim passed away. Today, we have Nancy, our mom, as the current owner, her brother, Mike Barclay, as general manager, and myself, along with sister Allison and husband Fraser, working at Halifax Seed in our new reality. We continue to carry on the same passion for the people that Tim had, and will not lose sight of his traditional values that have been instilled in us from previous generations.
There are many different sectors to Halifax Seed. We operate 2 retail locations, one in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and the other in St. John, New Brunswick. Our commercial division, which makes up the majority of the company's sales, supplies golf courses, landscapers, garden centers, and commercial growers. We supply products like grass seed and garden seed, tools and furniture, and plant protection products. Managing over 30,000 different product SKUs is one of Halifax Seed's strengths. Poor seasons in certain sectors can be balanced out by other sectors that are thriving. Our product diversity allows us to continually grow as an organization. Over the years, Halifax Seed has built strong relationships with leading horticulture supply companies. This helped us position ourselves as a top supplier in our market. Many of our current suppliers have been in relationships with us for 20 to 40 years and have done business with multiple generations of ownership. Halifax Seed is a unique consignment seed program. Seed packet placement in many maritime rural communities helps to enforce our brand. To complement this program, we also put out an annual mail order seed catalog across Canada, allowing customers the opportunity to purchase their garden seed through the mail and online. A great opportunity that our Seed Rack program presents is the ability to help underdeveloped countries. At the end of each season, the unsold seed is collected and returned to Halifax. Halifax Seed has partnered up with various organizations working with third world countries who use the returned seed in their communities. So far, our seed has been sent to countries such as Upper Volta, Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Lucia, and currently we work with the Missionaries of the Precious Blood, who do extensive work with communities in Tanzania. It is estimated that we send approximately $250,000 of retail value of garden seeds to these communities each year.
So the seed industry is a very small one. It is filled with other family-owned businesses we get the pleasure of working with on a daily basis. Many of our customers are also suppliers, and in some cases, our competitors too. Each year, Halifax Seed hosts a booking show, which gives customers and suppliers an opportunity to interact and communicate with each other face-to-face. This event helps the horticulture industry to draw even closer. Through our partnership with CTV, Halifax Seed has been given the unique opportunity to be the spokesperson for horticulture in our region. And there is a clip here. It may not work. It was just a short advertisement to show you what we did do. Do we have it? No? Okay. Well, I will continue on. So the Live at 5 Garden Guide has helped to promote not only Halifax Seed and the retail products and services that we offer, but has also helped boost sales in the garden centers right across the Maritimes. Halifax Seed has sponsored the segment for over 10 years and is easily the best marketing tool that we do every year. It's important for us to take advantage of opportunities to help us promote the industry as a whole and give voices to smaller garden centers who may not have large marketing budgets. It's not uncommon to speak to employees who remember working at Halifax Seed while Warren and Paul were still owners. We have a strong-knit team with very little turnover. Our employee retention speaks highly for the family feel that has been created over the years. One third of our staff work with their own family members at Halifax Seed. After the news of Dad's illness came about, the staff felt as though they needed to support their leader and make a difference in the prostate cancer community. In 2010, we formed the Seedies Crew team to participate in the annual Father's Day Run Walk for prostate cancer. With over 100 team members, made up of not only family and friends, but staff, customers and suppliers, our team became the largest and raised the most money nationally, with over $53,000 that year. The success of that event couldn't have been possible without the support of our business family.
It is a deep honor to be one of the 3 finalists. We stand in good company with Label Innovation and the Collins family of companies. My father said to me on numerous occasions how much CAFE and the support and guidance he received, especially from his personal advisory group, helped to grow and strengthen our business and our family. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here to make this association what it is today. As a succeeding generation, we're going to need CAFE's support. Thank you very much.
Emily, Allison, on behalf of CAFE, BMO Harris Private Banking, and all of us in attendance tonight, our sincerest condolences to the loss of your father, and we thank you for sharing your story and showing your heart tonight. Thank you. And for our final business story this evening, I welcome Randy Collins, CEO of the Collins family of companies. Randy is the recipient of the 2012 CAFE Southwestern Ontario FEYA Award.
Thank you, David, and I've asked our son Gord to join us up here tonight. It's a real privilege to be part of, be a finalist here with such a great group of to be considered along with. We really appreciate that. Thank you, David, and all the sponsors of this great event. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real privilege to be chosen to represent family businesses and the CAFE chapter of Southwestern Ontario. Due to a school prom and a family wedding, not all of our family could be here with us tonight in person, so we're bringing some of them to you in video. I'd like to introduce on the screen our granddaughter Amanda, who will tell you how our family for the last 40 years has turned dreams into reality and providing peace of mind service.
In 1969, Randy and Audrey Collins decided Randy would quit his Chrysler Canada job as a pipe fitter and move their young family 200 miles north to farm in Huron County. With the extreme Huron County winters, they were introduced to snowmobiles and saw an opportunity first for renting them and later to sell them. With the success of their sales and service business, they soon realized their passion for retail and sold their Holstein Friesian herd. A London Roadrunners Enduro race was hosted at the farm and introduced motorcycles to Hully Gully. As the children grew, they became an active part of the business. Chuck taught both young and old how to ride motorcycles, while Becky and Gord served coffee and food to snowmobilers on the local trail system. A top-quality motocross track was built and offered programs for both amateurs and professionals. This facility grew to become one of the top spectator tracks in the country, hosting the 1983 Canadian Motocross Championship, televised by CTV. What was once the home to 45 head of cattle was now #1 in Canada for Arctic Cat snowmobiles and Honda ATVs. In 1986, a second location was opened in London, adding marine products to the lineup. 2 years later, the original farm was closed and Hully Gully Automobiles was born, which became one of the top Saturn retailers in Canada. As Saturn grew, they required more space, so Hully Gully was relocated to Warrencliffe and Wonderland. While they expected a large increase in sales, the growth exceeded expectations, tripling sales within 1 year. The new store quickly became a destination to enthusiasts, and in 2005 earned Hully Gully the Dealer News Top 100 Grand Prize for North American powersport dealers. The next expansion saw a Suzuki Auto and Recreation dealership, opened in 2006 next door to Hully Gully. With GM's end to the Saturn brand came the opportunity to relocate the Suzuki Automobile division and open up Ultimate Marine. This further enhanced the Ultimate Advocate program, a rewards loyalty program that links all companies. Staying true to their roots, the Collins family continues to follow one of their key corporate values of giving back to the community. From the Easter Seals snowmobile rides in the 70s, to the Salvation Army Christmas Miracle campaigns, from the 12 Saturn playgrounds to food bank drives at the Ultimate Drive-In reunions, and the fall color rides for the Children's Hospital. The family's 2010 environmental initiative was the change to induction lighting, which had the equivalent of saving over 18,000 gallons of gasoline every year. Now celebrating 40 years of turning dreams into reality, a new Varna loft was recently added to the Hully Gully showroom, with memorabilia and videos of the early days. All family members are active in the business, which now has 90 employees with gross sales of $35 million. Randy and Audrey sit on the board of governors, Gord is GM of the auto division, Becky is GM of Hully Gully, Chuck is sales manager, Greg is fixed operations manager, Amanda is in financial services, and Rachel is in customer service. All 3 granddaughters help Grandpa with radio ads. Thanks to Cafe for this opportunity and their support of family enterprises in Canada.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gilmore, 3rd generation of the Collins family. I work here at Hully Gully in the Financial Services Department. The Collins family company follows 5 corporate values: commitment to customer enthusiasm, commitment to excel, teamwork, trust and respect for the individual, continuous improvement, and encouragement. Before anyone joins our team, they must be in agreement with these corporate values. New team members receive 4 hours of orientation training, where there they expand on our values, business philosophy, and who we really are. Sessions on teamwork, communication, customer service, and more provide a strong beginning for new staff.
Yeah, we need to thank Amanda not only for producing and narrating that presentation, but also for holding our feet to the fire. It's kind of interesting how that 3rd generation seems to have more power than maybe any other one right now. So we want to take our hat off to our 3 granddaughters, and Abby's with us here tonight. Amanda's mom and our daughter Becky will now show you the importance of benchmarking through industry peer groups. These groups have offered similar advantages to what the PAG groups do, moderated by Cafe. So we'll just take a look.
Hi, my name is Becky Gilmore, and I'm the General Manager of Hully Gully. First, I'd like to say thanks to Cafe for this opportunity and for their support of family enterprise. Over the years, we've been privileged to be members of 20 groups, whether it be Performance Incorporated with the Automotive Division or the Spader Group in the Power Sports Division. Being a member of an Industry 20 group gives us an opportunity to share best practices with our peers. Plus, each month we electronically download our financials to the company, and they mail us a booklet, a composite. In that composite, it shows each member's numbers versus their objectives, as well as industry benchmarks. It allows us new and fresh ideas and helps us hold each other accountable for our objectives. Ongoing communication between the meetings helps us to stay focused on our goals, and like Cafe, gives us other resources to grow and to be successful.
Thank you, Becky. This reminds, the benchmarking that Becky was talking about reminds me that a lot of things that helps keep us humble. As we measure ourselves against others, it really helps us to know just where we're at. And staying humble is something that my wife will attest to, as men especially need. Any amens out there? No. Becky talked about financial benchmarking and best practices, and now we're going to show you how our family helped set a benchmark for community service in London and with the building of Saturn Playgrounds. We do a lot of things in the community, but this is something that, again, the girls participated and helped put this together, and we'll just take a look at just a little bit of what happens over the last few years of the Saturn Playgrounds. We'll take a look.
Tell us what you know about the history of the Saturn Playground.
Well, I know lots of kids in London, including myself, who've had lots of safe fun here over the years.
And I especially remember my friend Emily and I volunteered at the White Oaks Playground.
I like going to play at every Saturn Playground Grandma takes me to.
We built most of these before you were even born, Abby. All you have to do is play.
Well, since you were either very young or weren't even thought of yet, let's get into a little bit of the history.
History, Grandpa? We were supposed to look at pictures.
Be patient, Rachel. Here we go. The Saturn Playground has many times been called a one-day miracle for being built from the sand up in just one day. Grandma and I helped build the first Saturn Playground in one day in Franklin, Tennessee back in 1994. We worked alongside other retailers from all over North America, as well as the president of Saturn, on our hands and knees, and it was a miracle to think we completed that massive project in just one day. The feelings we experienced at the end of that day, when hundreds of happy children burst onto that playground, were impossible to put into words, as we could barely hold back the tears of joy. So you know what?
What, Grandpa?
So the next year, we started making plans to bring some of those smiles to the thousands of kids in Canada, as one of Canada's largest corporate thank yous. I had the privilege to serve on the marketing association that made that happen. Although this was a national event, it became the strongest right here in London, thanks to hundreds of Saturn owners, team members, neighbors, and city officials who enthusiastically worked as a team to build the playgrounds for 12 consecutive years.
That sounds like a lot of work, Grandpa.
A lot of money too, Rachel. As combined efforts of this group of customers, team members, and the city from 1997 to 2008 helped facilitate the site preparation and equipment for over $750,000 in playgrounds.
That's a lot.
Yes, Amanda, but many hands make light work. Let's look at some of them now.
Let's see the pictures.
I remember the first one at Greenway Park the best. I helped cut the ribbon with Grandma and the mayor.
Where was I?
You were there too, Rachel.
Where was I, Grandpa?
You weren't even thought of yet, Abby. Greenway was the first wheelchair-accessible playground in London, and Tammy and Timmy from Easter Seal Society were the first kids on the playground.
Other kids came by the busloads.
We had a coloring contest too. Dale's daughter, Beth Magnus, who was 8 years old at the time, won second place and now drives a Saturn View.
We wrote and sang the Saturn Playground song for the first time that year.
At Kiwanis Park, we had lots of press coverage. It really focused on the playground being born in a day.
The London firefighters had a fire engine there for the kids too.
And Uncle Tom brought the Faithfield Puppeteers.
The Prince Charles Public School Choir sang, and we all had a piece of London's largest cake.
At Gibbons Park, the city officials were real star volunteers. City Councilor Bud Paulhill helped out at every playground. He teamed up with Free Press Wheels editor Claire Deere to win the Saturn Road Rally Celebrity Challenge.
We had a great group of volunteer builders and cooks at the barbecue.
Great-Grandma Kuchar and Great-Grandma Collins helped serve over 800 pieces of cake.
They did a fantastic job. Man, that was great cake.
At White Oaks Park, we had a lot of familiar faces volunteering that year.
My friend Emily and I helped bring luncheon for the volunteers.
And Grandma and Grandpa, too.
We worked till after dark to get it finished.
Circle of Friends from St. Thomas sang O Canada.
And Mary went in the dunk tank.
White Oaks was the first year for the Saturn Tuners Car Show. The grand opening was a huge success.
Basil Grover on Warncliffe Road marked the 10th anniversary of the Collins family building playgrounds in London.
Always made possible by all the volunteers, customers, and friends working hard and giving to others while having fun in the process.
It was a huge party with face painting and all sorts of games for the kids.
I had so much fun getting my face painted.
Centennial Park in Lambeth was a year we changed from sand to wood chips.
That's a lot of wood chips.
Yes, but many hands make light work.
We had so many great volunteers turning mud and grass into fun, fun, fun.
I loved the mini motorcycles and the clowns made everything fun.
Elvis and the Blues Brothers made their London debut, and they were the finishing touches to a great weekend.
And all the folks in Lambeth were so grateful for their new playground.
On behalf of all the Collins family and team members, a big thank you to all our supporters and volunteers who've helped us over the years. Thanks again and enjoy the evening. Let's have our big I say for family fun.
1, 2, 3.
I say, family fun.
Thank you. As you can see, the third generation played a big part of helping put that together. Of course, the second generation was all busy working back at the store. As you can see, we ended that segment with a cheer, an I say, which means you done good. I know that's not good English, but it is good. It is good for encouragement when you tell people they done good. We do this quite often throughout the stores, and to spontaneously acknowledge someone for doing a good job, and for everyone that gets involved. So I wasn't sure whether I was going to do this or not, but I think I'm good. So would everybody please stand up? I think we should all maybe do an I say here tonight for the cafe leadership and everybody that did such a great job in Ottawa. I know we give them a hand, but I'd like to give them an I say. And if you notice in that how you do an I say, when I say 1, 2, 3, you'll each got to kind of stretch a bit and say, I say 3 times, I say, cafe. So do you think you could do that? Okay, on 3, then we're 1, 2, 3, I say for cafe. 1, 2, 3. I say, cafe. Thank you. Gord wasn't so sure I should do that or not, so he's following me. He might say something I'm not sure he's going to say. But anyway, winds of change blow hard at times, and not as, in southwestern Ontario, everything hasn't been completely rosy, but we've really been challenged through it. And Gord's going to talk a little bit about how we handle some of those things, and I'll turn it over to Gord. Gord?
Thanks, everybody. I promised my dad there'd be no ad-libbing tonight, but off the record, my real name's Randy Jr. Shift, the brand loyalty. Over the years, we've had a number of shifts. We have just completed the biggest one and the one with the most risk. General Motors canceled the Saturn brand. This left us with 2 choices, to downsize or to expand and move forward. We chose to expand and move forward. We turned our one-car facility into Ultimate Marine and moved Suzuki cars along with the Saab brand to create Ultimate Automobiles. Suzuki motorcycles went to Hully Gully. It was a massive challenge for us, and that if it failed, it could have put all businesses at risk. When it came to maintaining loyalty, we had a template to follow. In 2008, Honda went to single-line dealers. One team member said Honda is a strong brand, but Hully Gully is stronger. From that, the team rallied and we proved his point. Now, with the disappearance of Saturn, we had to work to shift loyalty again. Saturn loyalty was emotional and deep and needed to be handled with kid gloves while being sensitive still to our Suzuki customers. Suzuki car customers moved to Ultimate Automobiles, and Suzuki bike customers moved to Hully Gully. We had to instill the Collins family brand regardless of product, hence our 40th logo, turning dreams into reality and providing peace of mind service. We didn't build our businesses, our customers did. For that, we are truly grateful. Without them, we would have missed gears and missed the shift.
Thanks, Gord. And so true is that our customers have been so gracious to us over the years, and we appreciate that so much. I want to thank everyone here for their attention and for giving us this opportunity. And it's a real thrill. I'm sure each member of our family that's here and not here really appreciates that. The bottom line from what I've been told is that there is no success without succession. And that may be one of the hardest things yet to do. We've set up a family trust and an advisory board with both family and non-family members We split our operations to accommodate different personalities in our family. Our succession plan is to pass along not only the wealth, but the wealth of knowledge that we have, so that the Collins family can have a positive influence within our community and with our country for the years to come. Thanks to all of our family, and especially we thank God for guiding us through the thick and thin, and we look forward to relying on Him in the months and years to come and the generations to come. We hope the Collins family will continue to make an impression and a proper impression within our community as we try to continue to treat people the way we want to be treated and have fun doing it. And if you haven't been into our store yet, we invite you all to come on down and we'll have some fun, and that's what we're all about, having fun. So thanks very much to Cafe, and thanks everybody else. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Gord. The ultimate toy store. I have to admit, I am truly jealous. Your success is fundamentally a testament to your family values, your business values, and what we've seen today, your community values. Thank you. I think this is the moment we've been waiting for. And now we'd like to present the Cafe Family Enterprise of the Year Awards. The recipients of the 2012 award goes to Emily, Fraser, and Allison, the Halifax Seed Company. Come on up.
Everybody?
Oh, knock those boxes over here.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. I guess the biggest thing is this is not our success. We really have to thank our dad, our grandfather, and our great-grandfather for taking the risks that they did to help to find a better life for their family. If there's anything that you guys take home from this conference, please let it be that, open the conversations, get a succession plan, start talking. We basically put together an advisory board in a hospital room. So really take the time to open up the lines of communication in your family. And thanks again for everyone that's here, all the members of Cafe, and especially the sponsors for making this organization what it is today. Thank you very much.
We want to recognize our finalists, and we'll ask Label Innovation, Clive and Kelly, to come up, and the Collins group of companies, and if we can ask Randy and Gord to come up. Thank you.
How are you handling this?
Just two individual shots. Okay. Quick. Sorry, guys. 2 seconds for the old photo op.
Sorry.
Once again, on behalf of BMO Harris Private Banking, we'd like to thank everyone and thank the 3 finalists here tonight. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Dave, for co-hosting this evening. Congratulations to all of our families and finalists. This is, it's not a business competition, it's a celebration of business families, and I think we can all agree, fantastic stories, just fantastic stories and presentations, and congratulations to the winners. On behalf of CAFE, I'd like to thank, again, Dave Patel of BMO Harris Private Banking for his key role tonight. Our presenting sponsors, BMO Harris Private Banking. Our sponsors, Fergus Lee, Tony Graham Motors, BDO Success Care Program, and Canadian Capital Magazine. I think we should just give a little round of applause, a nice round of applause to the staff here at the Chateau Laurier for making the past 3 days and tonight fantastic. As well, I'd like to extend a warm thanks to both to Kim, Sheila, Lorraine, and Paul of CAFE staff. Done a great job this week. And thanks to everyone here, all of you, our family members, advisory members, our sponsors and supporters, for your commitment and contribution to business families in this country and your support of CAFE. We look sincerely forward to meeting everyone again, if not sooner, at Symposium in 2014. And it's my extreme pleasure to announce that we'll be reconvening in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia in 2014. So mark your calendars for this time of year. We don't actually have a date quite set yet. That'll be coming down the airwaves as soon as possible. I'm not sure if Grant's holding court anywhere this evening, but enjoy yourselves. Drive carefully if you're driving, fly safely if you're flying. And as I'd like to close with, and if I butcher this, I really apologize, Mr. Bentall, but I think it actually was something he said at a little talk we had the other night, and it was just talking about friendship, and that's what I kind of see as what this ultimately has become for me, and I think all of you over the last 3 days, and that we should, I think it is, cry with friends, fly with friends, and ultimately we should die with friends. And I think all of you have become my friends this week. I appreciate all of your support. Have a great time for the rest of the evening, and we'll see you, as I say, if not sooner, in 2014 in Vancouver. Thank you.